Hello everybody, this is a general collective reading for the Ascending Collective. We're going to tap into both masculine and feminine energies. So you may resonate more with one over the other, but we're going to see what's happening within each energy and then also any sort of connecting energies. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, as this is a general reading. Hope everyone is doing well. I know the energies have been very interesting with Mercury retrograde, so we'll see if any of that comes through here. So let's start with feminine energy today. Do the feminine energies. Watching most need to know. Okay. Interesting. Let's get one more. What do the feminine energies ascending most need to know? Yeah, okay. So we have, and those of you who are curious, this is the Sacred Healing Journey by Angelic Revelation 144. So for the feminine, we actually have addiction, battling or recovering from alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, or shopping addictions. Okay. And then we have the feminine. So that's clarifying that, which is really interesting. So if there are any behaviors at this time that you feel are preventing you from forwarding your life in the way that you want to, anything that's kind of imbalanced, anything that is taking a lot of your time and energy that maybe is not healthy for you, that's something that might be showing up for you to clear and release, okay? Sometimes that can even be an idea. I think sometimes that could be a overly focused on a certain person or a certain outcome as well. Let's get some clarity to that. Let's get some clarity for the feminine energies with the addiction. We have maze going around in circles. Okay, so exactly. If you are stuck in a certain cycle in your life, something is keeping you trapped. Let's say, you're watching too many readings, or you are distracting yourself rather than, kind of feeling things you need to feel in order to move forward. What Spirit's saying to you is to take the time to just feel and release what you need to release, and maybe make some adjustments to your schedule or where you're focusing your time and energy, because you're just kind of putting yourself into this circle, okay, rather than being able to progress forward and stand up in your empowerment, in your energy, your full energy, your Empress energy here. You're repeating cycles. So really take a honest look and see what cycles you may be repeating here, okay, because we do have gifts and we have happy times, okay? So what I'm getting with that for you feminines is that even when you're going through something and you're learning to release it, that is a gift. The ability to surrender that, or that ability to have that awareness, is truly a gift, okay? Also, being open to the gifts coming into your life. Like I said, if you're overly focused on something or too intense on something, like a certain subject or person, or, an ego-driven thing, okay? You may be missing some of the gifts that are wanting to present themselves to you in your life, and some moments of expansion. So be willing to evolve, be willing to release belief systems that don't serve you anymore, okay? And what Spirit's saying is the future is bright. There's happy times here. So there's no reason to stay, hold yourself back when you want to move forward and really embrace the gifts that life has for you and the happy times, okay? Oftentimes people get stuck in a cycle of just romance or love, or just receiving that from one person, not realizing that love is all around you, that love is within you, that, look at the candles flickering as I'm saying this. See, there's a message for you, for those of you resonating, that, there's love. You receive love in so many different ways, and to really appreciate those in your life that are offering that for you, because they are gifts. And even when we go through challenging times, those are gifts for us as well, to expand our awareness and to step into our, our happy, bright future. And it's almost like you're moving between, and it makes sense with Mercury retrograde, of course, you're moving in between like your past self and your future self. And you're kind of going back and forth. But there's going to be so many gifts coming in for you and opportunities for you to choose your future self, for you to, release what doesn't serve you and move forward into these beautiful, expansive times and really feel that love within, and really feel like you can stand in your power and you're not giving away your power to anything or anyone, okay? No, that was a bit long-winded, but those messages wanted to come through. So keep moving forward, keep making healthy choices. It's just like as each situation or each opportunity presents itself, and keep your eyes open for all the gifts around you. Right now it's snowing and it's absolutely beautiful out, and that is a gift. And those things that happen all around us, that if we're not paying attention, we miss those little miracles, we miss those little gifts. So Spirit saying for us to open our eyes, feminines. Feminines, open your eyes. Okay, let's see the masculine energy. What is the masculine energy? Oh, telepathy. Telepathic communication. Okay, so those of you resonating in the masculine energy, you may be expanding in your telepathic communication. Now, I know this has kind of been pigeonholed to love relationships, but that's not accurate. Actually, you can have telepathy with anyone you are connected with. Sometimes you can communicate telepathically with strangers. Like, it's a gift that you have access to. So some of you may be really opening up to your telepathy at this time and working with it. You may be strengthening the telepathic muscle, okay? Some of you may be expressing, if you feel any sort of communication challenges, you may be expressing to someone how you feel telepathically before you verbally express that to them, okay? And we have chakra healing. Balance chakras with meditation, crystals, healing, music, and exercise. So those of you that are resonating in the masculine energy at this time, for the Ascending Collective, you're working on connecting with your chakras, balancing them out, looking into meditations, crystals, healing music, and exercise. So I feel like you're kind of expanding, or you're guided to expand in your spiritual practices and what works best for you. If you're somebody who likes things to be quite simple, you might go for a run in nature, and that helps you to clear your energy. Some of you might want something a little more complex or guided, like a guided meditation. Some of you might just be diving into the chakras and learning all about them. So that's really exciting for you. Some of you may be budding Reiki healers as well. So let's see what else. Clarify the telepathy. Universe, seeing beyond the veil. Okay, that's beautiful. So your third eye is opening up. You're expanding here if you're in masculine energy. This is something healing. So, I think the feminine energy has done a great deal of healing around listening to their intuition. And I feel like masculines, now you're opening up more to listening to the universe, listening to your soul, opening up to energy and feeling energy and working with energy in a way you haven't before. So you can see beyond the veil here. You may observe situations from a higher dimensional level at this time, or people may present something to you, right in front of you, but you can sense that, there's more going on, or you can see kind of a bird's eye view perspective of what's going on, which makes you feel very wise. And it also gives you this sense of clarity, which I feel has needed to heal within the masculine energies and collective. And I'm watching this and observing this shift happening very much with the masculines that are around me, family, friends. Like I am noticing this, and it's beautiful to see that happening. Okay, with the chakra healing, we have breaking karmic chains. So you're clearing out past contracts, past patterns, unhealthy, toxic lovers. Like you're clearing, you may not be with that person anymore, but like actually needing to cleanse and clear and that energy out of you. anyone that have been intimate with or have shared a relationship with romantically can develop cords of energy. And it's really important when you go through a breakup, or you clear that energy out, that you clear it out of your energetic body as well, so it's not still impacting you or affecting you or draining you. So that's something that you're maybe becoming more aware of. Masculines, is you're recognizing the energies that are around you and how they're affecting you. Okay, bottom of the deck to clarify, we do have karmic person. So this doesn't have to be, I know it says marriage certificate, this doesn't have to be romantic. This can just be people in your life or souls that have come into your life that have taught you some difficult lessons. But once you learn the lesson, you release them, you let them go. It's like all of a sudden, you could see clearly, which we are seeing this expansive vision that you are gaining masculine energies, that you're healing. So you're clearing out those karmic contracts. You're balancing karma here and moving forward, it looks like, into a much more expansive energy. Okay. Let's see the energy that you are in with the archetype cards. Let's see the energy. I'm going to kind of start with the masculine energy and then shift to the feminine. What energy is the masculine in? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you are going through a cleansing, because we have the monk or the nun. The light attribute is selfless devotion and dedication to spirit. So you really are opening up to spirit. You've done a lot of releasing of the ego, and you might be moving through, we have shadow attributes. So this is completely clear here, which means you fill in the blank. Whatever shadow attributes, which is parts of yourself that you didn't realize, right? Maybe some densities or just things that were not in your awareness. You're now realizing this, and you're purging and you're cleansing out these energies, because the shadow attributes is negative judgment of the physical world, excess, and piety. So what you're doing here is you're really purifying your energy, is what you're focused on, the masculine energy. And a lot of like the negative judgment has to do with the ego. So it's like you're clearing the ego as well. And you're just focusing in on, connecting with spirit, connecting with your soul. Okay, let's see the feminine energy. Who's the feminine energy? We have the hedonist. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So you're feeling good, right? We did have kind of the shadow aspect of like the addictions coming through. So be sure you keep things balanced. Like, you might crave a certain food, and you can have that. And, it's like if you want some chocolate and you have like a couple of pieces of chocolate, you're fine. But if you eat an entire bag of chocolate, you're probably going to feel sick, right? So that's kind of what the energy, the feminine is balancing out behaviors and balancing out energies. And a lot of what's shifting energetically within the feminine is probably causing some of these imbalances, is what I'm sensing, as far as like wanting things in excess. Okay, because the shadow attributes are pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, or indulges in the expense of others. So I'm not sensing that so much for you feminines, but you might overindulge a little bit with something. So that's something to just be aware of this week. And I think you're just kind of trying to move through these energies. Okay. But with the light attributes, you are feeling that creative energy within you, and you're embracing good things in your life, which is great, because that's helping you see all the gifts that are coming towards you, which are helping you shift out of, lower frequencies. And we have light attributes. So you're the opposite of the masculine energy. So you're guided to take some time and think about your light attributes, your strengths, what you're aware of, how you bring light to this world, how you bring light to others. So that's really beautiful. And then in between, this is really interesting. We might dive a little bit deeper here, but in between you two, the archetype is damsel. Light attributes: understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So you're releasing, both of you are releasing codependency, and you are shifting to relying on yourself and this empowered, independent energy. For the feminine, it's somewhat of like your behavior and your mindset, and with the masculine, it's your your spiritual awareness and your energetic awareness. So that's beautiful, and I love how that lovely golden color is coming through as like a divine color between the two of you. Really accessing that divinity within. Okay. Let's see a little bit more about the energies, the connecting energies between the masculine and feminine collectively for the ascending collective. What are the connecting energies? Engagement. So some of you, yes, if you've been together with somebody for a while, you might be committing on a deeper level to this person. But mostly what I'm getting with this is, one, you're making a deep commitment to yourselves and your spiritual journeys. And two, you're engaging more with life. You're engaging more with yourself. You're definitely ascending here. And that's what I'm getting with this card. I know the very obvious, is engagement as you think of like a romantic engagement, but I just feel like you leveling up in so many beautiful ways, and you're doing this. I wouldn't necessarily, like I said, some of you that have been building the physical could be romantically, but more so what I'm seeing is like you're doing this, like within the world, the masculine and feminine energies are working together to move to the next level, to ascend, which is a goal. Like that's beautiful. I love to see that happening. I love to see masculine and feminine energies inspiring each other to heal and evolve and, balance. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful energy to come through. I'm very excited to see that. Okay. All right. What else? What else? Let's see, what else does Spirit want the Ascending Collective to know? Okay, we have the Three of Voices. This is the Three of Swords. So you might be feeling and clearing a lot within the heart space, okay? Do you see again, like how that gold is shining through? This is also a message, to, if you're going through something challenging, to spend time, one, call on your angels to assist you, right? But also to spend time with people that you feel comfortable being vulnerable with, that you can express yourself to, and that are very healing to be around, okay? This is saying don't pull away. I know there are times where we do go into hermit mode, but when you're really, really hurting, it's really important that you spend time with, like, obviously you're not going to want to spend time, maybe some of you with a group of people, but, somebody that you feel comfortable with talking with and just expressing yourself, somebody you feel comfortable crying in front of and releasing, that's kind of the person that you want, somebody who's high vibe, a healer who can hold space for you. And then we have the Six of Inspiration, which I believe is the Six of Wands, and this is about victory. This is also about recognition. I feel like you're recognizing a greater strength within yourself. You're presenting yourself in a beautiful way. She's holding the star here above her head. So you really have star quality in the respect that you're holding more light within, you're shining more light out, you're receiving more light. We do go through this clearing process as we cleanse densities and we make space and room for more happiness, for more inspiration, for more joy, right, as we ascend. But with this Six of Inspiration, the Six of Wands, this is your creativity, this is your light shining here, okay? There's also other people taking notice, other souls taking notice of this work that you're doing, of this way that you are showing up in the world. What else does the Ascending Collective need to know? Okay, we have the Tower. So we have something sudden happening here. Again, I did kind of feel like, especially for the feminines, that you are kind of in between, like the past and the future, which, you know, in the present moment, we can make that happen and kind of shifting. So there, you know, with this person being upside down, it reminds me of like the Hangman card, where you're getting a new perspective here. You're releasing a lot of density. Okay. And as you release this density, you know, you're able to move forward in a lighter way, in a more comfortable way, in a smoother way. So right now you might feel a lot of this density is being released. Okay, maybe it's from your mental body, maybe it's from your emotional body, maybe it's from the past, because I'm kind of seeing these lightning bolts coming from, you know, the back of this figure here, where you're releasing a lot. Maybe you're getting a new perspective of the past. You know, since it's Mercury retrograde, something might present itself to you, and now you have the choice to make a more empowered decision. You know, you have the choice now to choose you, you know, or choose what's healthiest for you. Okay? This has been coming through too. Your social groups might be changing or shifting as you elevate. That is okay. Okay? It's just what happens when there's a difference in frequencies. Okay, let's see what else. Knight of Voices. I see this as a guardian angel card every time I see this. So I'm really seeing your angels are watching over you as you're moving through these changes, as you're moving through these densities. Again, I cannot stress enough, and my ears are burning. It's so important that you don't, you know that there's so much love here and support here for you to assist you. You know, of course, there's so many different forms of therapy, but also just your friends, you know, holding space for you, and you embracing what you require. I think it's really beautiful. And a lot of these densities, you know, you might be releasing, and you may not even need to know what they are. You might just, you know, be processing emotions and releasing it, and then you feel lighter here. And you have your guardian angels. You know, we do have communication with the Knight of Voices energy too. We have quick communication coming in. So let's see a little bit about this. What is this quick communication? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So the wheel is turning. There's some communication coming here that's helping you move forward, and it's in a beautiful way. With this card, it's highlighting the phases of the moon, so you might want to look at that. That might be significant. But the Wheel of Fortune is, there's a change happening here. It's a very quick change. I feel it's going to happen with, you know, wow, yeah, we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck here with some very empowering conversations that you're going to have perhaps with other people, with yourself. But again, you are stepping further into your, you know, your full energy here, your full presence. Okay. All right. Wow, this reading is flying by. All right. Let's get a little bit, before I dive into another deck, let's get a little bit more information about the Tower. It is a sudden change. You know, it is important communication, but let's get a little bit more. Okay, it's going to help you release a burden. It's going to help you release a burden, or it's going to help you look at a situation in a different way so that you're not carrying the stress of it. You know, as an ascending being, as somebody who is releasing densities, you know, you can sometimes feel the weight of the world, right? Well, there's something here shifting, whether it's a skill that you learned, someone shares some guidance or advice, but there's something here that just helps you release what's not yours, basically. Okay? You might be disconnecting from social media, you might be disconnecting from a group, or, you know, there's something heavy here that you've been carrying that's not yours to carry. For some of you, this could be generational. Okay? For some of the, you could be a leader and maybe you're carrying the weight of your community. But there's something here you're guided to release or to get a new perspective on. Tell me a little bit more about this Tower. Knight of Inspiration. Yeah, it's going to free you up. You're going to feel so good. Like we've got fireworks and celebration. We have the opposite energies, from feeling very dense and heavy and moving slowly uphill to a galloping Appaloosa with fireworks in the sky. Like speed, it's going to help you pick up speed here. For some of you, this will be in your career with Eight of Materials. Something that you've been building on maybe is suddenly taking off here because you have a change in perspective, a shift in energy. I don't feel like it's a massive shift. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is a big change, but what I'm getting here is that the change that you're making, it's like you make a few adjustments, you gain a new perspective, you clear your energy field, and it just changes your world, like it changes your life by, acquiring a certain skill here. And for some of you, this is like about what you've been working on, building. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about this Tower. Strength. Yeah, it's helping you to balance. It's giving you courage, especially with the Emperor energy here too. This sudden change is giving you courage. It's helping you feel supported as well. I'm seeing Spirit like as the lion and then you up here. So you're feeling a lot of love and support here. And that could be some of that communication coming in for you. I have goosebumps saying that. Wow. Okay. Anything else that the collective needs to know? Wow, this came out in my Instagram reading. The 10 of Emotions. You're moving towards your 10 of Emotions. In order to do this, though, it does take balancing out and releasing the ego, okay? It does take you releasing what's not yours, okay? Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and moving forward, okay? This 10 of Emotions is beautiful because it's just like this blossoming star. And I feel like that's you, okay? I feel like if you're watching this, that's you. Wherever you are in the world, whatever your career focus is or your spiritual work or the work that you're doing on the 5D, you are a star here. You're blossoming and you're moving towards your 10 of Emotions. But you're doing it in a way that's very balanced and humble. So, your ego's not getting in the way here. Any other messages from this deck? The Page of Emotions. And then I feel like, as your heart's shining out here and as you are showing up in your full energy, there's going to be, quite a few people attracted to you, wanting to express emotions to you, maybe gratitude. I feel like whatever you're doing is very courageous, and you're going to be honored for that, okay? A lot of recognition coming in for you. So with this movement and the excitement and, the full energies, 10 of Wands, 10 of Emotions, those are, very full energies and emotions. Be sure that you are grounding your energy, okay, as much as you can, because that's going to help you with grounding in the emotions and grounding in, not the emotions, but grounding in the energy and releasing the emotions so you don't become overwhelmed. Okay, let's see. What would the feminine like to express at this time? What would she like to express? I have so much desire for you. Okay, so some of you could take that in a romantic sense, but I'm also seeing this as desire. What you're doing is you're activating more desire within yourself. I feel like if you have felt at work where you are maybe feeling kind of burned out or drained, I feel like you're going to be reigniting that fire within you and you're going to feel more inspired. You've just needed to take some time to shake out some of this density. Some of you may actually be dancing. I'm actually seeing that right now. But you are increasing your energy here and you're going to have more of a passion for life and your work and yourself, okay? And your partner, if that is where you're at in your life. And if you're not with somebody right now, then that doesn't apply, no worries. But it's just, you're going to be enjoying life a lot more here. Okay. Masculine energy, we have, do you think about me too? Okay, so masculine energy, thinking about feminine energy. We have 1-1, we have mirroring energy. Also, vulnerability is showing up here for the masculines. I feel that masculines are showing up in a more vulnerable energy. And I would also like to point out is you can heal masculine and feminine energies within yourself. And when you do, you have better relationships with everyone around you. Okay, so that's something that you might want to look into, is just the awareness work and the healing work of the masculine and feminine energies within you. I always recommend, like, go research sacred masculinity, go research sacred femininity, and really expand your, your knowledge on this, and see where your intuition takes you with that as well. But when you do that, you feel so whole and balanced within your masculine and feminine energies, and it's just, you show up in a completely new way, and you show up 100%, and you feel 100%, and you don't feel any sense of lack. Okay, so that's something I definitely recommend. Okay. Let's see another message from the feminine energy. What would you like to say? Yeah, it's interesting that, do you think about me too, in the Page of Cups energy, because that's a very innocent energy to come through here. And someone, sharing themselves vulnerably in a way like, like they're crushing, like, do you think about me too? Rather than just like, of course you think about me, and, being all egotistical. So let's get a message from the feminine. Okay, we have, I worry about us a lot. This could be some of that codependent energy that needs to be healed and released. Feminines, if you've done all that you can in a situation, it's time to surrender it to the divine, surrender to your angels. That's maybe the guidance that you receive that helps release the burden. If you've done all that you can in a situation, and understand that, you can't control others, and nor should you want to. But release that to your angels for, the highest healing of all. And same for masculines, that's something that's really important to know. And direct your energy forward, and also, into things that bring you happiness, instead of focusing on, if you've hit like a block wall, don't sit there and focus on it and get frustrated. Focus on something that you can build and work with. Okay, masculines, what would you like to say? We have think before you act. Okay, so what I'm getting is the masculine energy is really taking the time to think things through rather than acting. And I feel like this has to do with communication. Okay, so that's something that is nice to see, because you're not seeing that in and out energy. You're not seeing, you're seeing a very authentic energy coming through the masculines. So you might notice this. I know, like, these cards are a bit more romantic centered, but you may notice this, like, in all of, your encounters with different people, like your male friends. You may notice, if they carry mostly masculine energy, you may notice, them feeling more vulnerable or expressing themselves in a more vulnerable way, being more thoughtful. You might notice these different shifts, within the people around you. And with the feminines, you might see, your female friends, like, really going after what they want here, feeling very impassioned. And on the other side, you feel very, some maybe intense energies that are important to balance out. Okay, let's see what the feminine would like to say to the masculine directly. Wow, we have, if I follow you, I could lose everything. So the feminine has worked very hard to get to the point where she's at. So making a big change right now, she's really going to take her time. That could also be, another message about worrying, making sure that things are in alignment and it's the right time to move something forward romantically, or move something to the next level. Okay, so the feminine's wanting to feel strong within herself before making that choice or moving things forward. Also, I feel like the feminine energy has been leading the way. So it takes time to build trust with a masculine energy before I think she would feel comfortable, following. I feel like right now the feminines are more comfortable leading. Okay, masculines, what would you directly like to say to the feminines? I am terrified. There's that Page of Cups, yeah. Because the feminines are really in a very, very strong energy here. Okay, so masculine saying, I'm terrified. So you might experience, masculines coming up to you and expressing, if you're masculine or feminine, expressing some of their fears here, or, looking for maybe some support or some different perspectives. Okay, what else would the feminine like to say to the masculine? We have Ace of Wands. So, yeah, the feminine is like, feminine's on fire here. Like she's ready to go when it comes to her wheelhouse, when it comes to her passion, when it comes to her creations. Like she's really getting ready for this new beginning. She's feeling inspired again. Okay. Masculine, what would you like to say to the feminine directly? Please give me time. I've never felt this way before. And this is just having patience, especially with healing communication. What the masculines may be opening up more and more to emotions and feeling them, and that can be overwhelming as well. So obviously, I don't recommend waiting for anybody. You live your life, but for those of you that are growing and building together, even if you are, with somebody, it might take them. They might be navigating some emotions in their life right now that they're really not used to, especially Mercury in retrograde. It might be very uncomfortable for them. So, having patience with them, holding space for them, for those of you that are in healthy connections, because that's something, or even if it's like, one of your male friends here that just is navigating something uncomfortable, that's just something to be aware of. And let's see some guidance for both. The connecting energies for those that are connecting and building together. Let's get some connecting energies. Okay, we have wrongful advice. So this is just something that some of you may be going to your friends to get advice or guidance. This is Spirit just saying, first off, connect with your angels, connect with your soul, connect with your higher self, okay? We can always get perspectives and opinions from other people, but if you are somebody who is ascending, it's most likely you're building something completely new. So other people may not be able to relate to that. So just be aware of what information you take in and be discerning of whether or not that's empowering or whether or not that's helpful to you, because everybody's going to have an opinion. Also, in the past, when it comes to communication, the two of you may have dealt with that, where you maybe took the advice of a friend that, it wasn't the best advice for you. Okay? Let's see what else. What does Spirit want to say for the feminine and masculine? We have happiness as my priority. Okay? So staying in alignment is very important, this week. And of course, we're going to move through different frequencies. We're going to do some releasing work. We're going to feel our feels, right? But then you're going to rise up and you're going to align with yourself in a more empowering way. And it's going to bring about more happiness. So it's time for the collective to learn through love, to learn through happiness. And when I say love, it's not just romantic love. Love is all around us. We are love. Love is a vibration, and it's a beautiful way of being. And love is respecting and honoring yourself. Love is having boundaries. Love is many things. So any sort of belief systems or limiting beliefs that you have, that's maybe something to look at and release here. Because if that's not empowering you or making you happy, maybe it's time to evolve beyond that, okay? So that's something that's coming through here. Hey, buddy. Okay. Okay, and then we have love me. So Spirit's saying love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Be the energy, especially for those of you, like if you're not with somebody right now, and you're wanting to attract that in, instead of expecting somebody to, to love you in that way, you love yourself in that way, and then, you fulfill yourself, and then you attract that in, okay? So loving yourself, focusing on your happiness and loving yourself is very important. And again, like people hear loving themselves and they think, oh, self-care. There's just so many levels to it that you can do it specifically for yourself. So, there's obviously the general ways that you can love yourself, but there's also self-compassion, when you're judging yourself. That's part of self-love. There's giving yourself some tough love. That's part of self-love, right? So Spirit's really saying to explore these different topics, explore your light attributes, your shadow attributes, explore what love means to you, and release, any belief systems or anything that have been, holding you back from moving forward in your life and aligning with your happiness. Okay, let's get for some final messages here. This is my Bloom, Rise, and Shine Through Challenging Times deck. You can find it in the description box below. There is a link to my shop. Let's just get some guidance for the collective. You are perfect in this moment. Absolutely. Okay, no matter what you're going through, love yourself through it. We also have you don't need permission to rest. You are on a healing journey, and that takes much of your energy. Believe me, when you are relaxing, you are spiritually quite productive. Especially if you're ascending, you're most likely, as you're resting, you could be receiving light codes. You could be, receiving downloads. You could, just resting can be incredibly productive. Naps can be very productive. You can kind of hit the reset button on your energy. Okay, let's get a couple more. Connect with animals. Okay, so connect with connect with nature, connect with the animals in your life. Okay, they could be sharing some information with you, some wisdom. Animals also help you to release your ego and get into your heart space, which is important. Okay, and we have create your sanctuary. Yeah. So create a space that's supportive of you as you are ascending, as your vibration is rising, as you're bringing more light into your energetic field. There may be certain things around your space that don't resonate with you. Go ahead and donate those, release them, create a sanctuary, create a space for yourself that feels sacred, whether that is, a certain place in your home. It could be a place outside. But just a space that you can go to connect with your heart, connect with your soul, connect with spirit. That's something that you're being guided to do. And we have connect with the elements. So we have a few messages about connecting with nature this week. So I hope that served your highest and greatest good, Ascending Collective. Many bright blessings to you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you soon.